Hello everyone. In case you've missed it, I have posted to my Instagram a remix of Radio Silence by James Blake, and I remade that song in the style of Garden Song by Phoebe Bridgers. First of all, the most important thing in Garden Song, at least to me, the guitar tone in there is very kind of like palm muted. It sounds like it's being played with a rubber bridge, kind of like a pluck. To replicate that, I don't have a rubber bridge, but I found a workaround for that. I basically just shoved a sock under. That's it. Now, in the original song, the voicings are piano specific more so. So, for example, the first chord that you see there, it's a G minor. In the right pan guitar, I play just a simple G power chord with an octave on top, so it's. And then for the left pan guitar, I went higher up in the frets, and I just played an inversion of this chord, so it's. And I did the same with pretty much all of the chords that you see here. And the guitar themselves, they sound like this. Now in terms of effects, those are really important here to make them get that lo-fi sound to it. First of all, pitch wheel, which is a really important one. I pitched the guitars a whole octave up, then I pitched the formants down an octave, and together they sound like this. Next up we have a formant filter. So the formant filter, here's how it is. An RC20 to give it a little bit of saturation and some wobble, a little bit of reverb, and some more filtering done to get rid of a lot of the highs. Here's how it sounds with the filters. Right, they sound a lot older now. Then I added some compression. As you can see, they are pretty dynamic, so some compression was needed there. Some more EQ just to carve out some space for the vocals. And then I added a gross beat, which does a little like ducking effect to it. So on the downbeats, it ducks the signal slightly, and on the upbeats, it boosts it. So it sounds like this with the gross beat on. Notice the slight ducking to it. Next up, the next element that we have, and it's really important here, is our piano. But what's important around it is actually the effects that I've added to it. So the piano is just a simple piano out of Keyscape. I think I used the dark score piano for this one. It doesn't really matter as much because it's really like buried in the mix. But what's more important is the effects here. So what I did was I took the piano, sent it to another bus, so I'm basically taking the sound of it. Then I'm using the grader to make it quite lo-fi, a lot more 8-bit sound kind of. Then I used GateLab to add like a rhythmic component to that texture that I've just created. So it's not just a simple sustained note with noise on it. It actually just like creates its own rhythm. Then I added pan flow to pan it from left to right, just to have it, play around the stereo field. And then I added the same preset that I used on the guitars to give it a little pumping effect. The next element that I wanted to talk to you about is the kick. Now the kick that's being used in Garden Song is very like subby kick, which is this one. And I just carved out a lot of the high frequencies on it. You can see in the EQ here. Just a simple 4 on the floor with some alternating velocities here. Together with the piano and the guitar, they sound like. Next up, what I added for this song to be a lot more fitting to the Garden Song style is some violins. Let me go over these because there are multiple ones. So. And this goes well with the voice, and also this one. In the original Radio Silence song, when James Blake plays his chords, he does these little embellishments in the right hand for the melody at the end of each bar. And I basically recreated that, so I took that from piano and just moved it over to a violin stab. Next up, what I added, there are two more things. So first of all, is this glitch perk, so it sounds like this. It's also a kind of sound that James Blake heavily used in like his early records. And then to complete this arrangement, I added the bass, which I used a synth bass for this one out of Trillion. It's just a very simple subby not very present bass. So it's a Moog Taurus Super Subs. And it's just following the root notes of the chords, nothing too crazy except for this last one, where I just create some tension for when the chorus hits. Here's how it sounds together with all of the sounds without the voice. So for the chorus, it basically has the same arrangement as the verse section. I did like a little fingerstyle syncopated rhythm for the guitars, but now in the chorus I'm using a very like simple 4 on the floor, strumming all of the strings together. The kick drum takes a little pause in the first half of the chorus section, and you can see here at the end it increases slightly in velocity to give it like a very nice pumping effect to it, to the whole mix, and those last hits on the kick give it a very like serious vibe to it. They make it sound like it's something bad is about to happen. Next up, slightly weird glitch perk. It's here on the downbeat with some delay on it. Then the string section again is still present here. Now the sub bass in the chorus section, not just following the root notes of the chords, so it's not just a simple like sustained note, it actually has its own little melody to it. Let me play this to you. And to put it into harmonic context, let me show this to you with the piano and the guitar. Especially since I've dropped the kick drum, so it gives it like a lot more movement. One more thing that I added in the chorus that's not in the verse is this little texture here. So it's like a guitar sound, an electric guitar sound with some grains on it. This is just another violin that I've added. The biggest challenge that I've had was actually getting that guitar to sound exactly like the one in the Garden song. And now the mixed version with the voice. Alright, that's all. Bye bye.